About 5 or 6 years ago, I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, who is that? And that was the moment for me that I realized that the amount of stress and emotional turmoil that I was feeling was not in alignment with who I am. And at the time, I was really physically ill. I was using pot all the time to not just relieve my physical pain, but I wanted to numb myself, I think, from emotional, just so much stress. And I didn't have the skills to respond to my emotions. And so they would just completely throw me into this spiral of rage towards other people, or I would shut down and not show up for parties or social events or work in a way that I wanted to. I was not living in alignment with who I am and who God or the universe or whatever higher power created me and put me here to be and to do. And in that moment, I remember looking at myself and saying, I am going to figure out how to do this differently. I'm not going to be controlled by my emotions anymore. I'm not going to live a life that has so much stress in it. And I remember immediately after that thinking, how am I going to do this? I don't know how to do this. I don't have the skills to do this. How is this going to work? And I didn't know. I didn't have the answer to that. And what I realize now is that that's not the important part. That's not for me to figure out. Never in our lives, when we make a decision about something and we fully commit to it, do we need to know how it's going to work. We just come into alignment with it and we live the life of that person as if it's already happened. And that's what I started doing. And what I didn't understand before was, or at that moment, was that we all have parts of our brain that are built for emotional regulation. And when I say emotional regulation, I don't mean I get to decide to feel happy or to feel angry or to feel sad or to feel in love. I don't get to decide what my emotions are, but I get to decide how to respond to them. So we all have a choice. Everyone with a human brain has a choice. And that choice is to allow our emotions to control us and to be reactive, or to learn about our emotions and respond to them and to change them into things that give us messages and allow us to use them to serve ourselves and those around us in a healthier and more loving and more aligned way with who you are and who I am. That's the choice that we have. And then later on, I started reading statistics about people who had had adverse trauma or experiences similar to mine. And we all have adverse experiences. And you could probably go to Google and look up whatever yours are right now, and like I did, and find statistics and numbers and percentages. And what I found, and what you might find as well, is that I should be dead. I should be addicted to drugs. I should have hundreds of STDs. I should be homeless. I should have so many physical ailments that I would just be dead by now. If I added up all of those numbers of those statistics, I should be dead. And I thought in that moment, it's such a great thing that I didn't know what these statistics said when I set out on this journey, because that's bullshit. If that were true, I wouldn't be here any longer. And I definitely wouldn't be doing work that I love with people who are ready to step into their power and live a life that they love showing up for. I definitely would not be able to manage and recover from the experiences that I've had and from my emotions that I still have, because I'm a human being. And so my message to you who has a human brain, to you who has experienced adverse or traumatic events in your life, and this comes up a lot for me. I hear people saying, it's hard to work through trauma, or it takes a really long time, or I can't manage my depression, or I didn't show up for something that meant so much to me because of my anxiety. I've been there. I absolutely, absolutely empathize with you. And be careful what you are limiting yourself to do. With love, if you decide that it's hard, then it will be. What if you decided it wasn't? With love, if you decide it's impossible, it will be. And what if you decided that anything is possible? What if you decided to step into the person that you were meant to be, that's aligned with who you are, and you made the choice that your emotions were no longer going to control you, that you were a badass at making boundaries, that you knew how to change emotions that we typically label as negative into positive action right now? How would that change your life in a month from now, in a year from now? How would your life look in 5 years from now if you made that choice? And what would it look like if you kept doing the things that you're choosing to do now? Would it be holding you back? Would it stop you from any goals or alignments in your life that you want to have? What would that be like? Totally up to you, totally your choice, things to think about. I have a program that I'm launching probably tomorrow, and I want to just invite you and let you know that it's happening. If you do choose that you want to learn how to move emotions that we label as negative instead into emotions that you can create positive action that serve you and the people around you, then please join us. It's going to be a 6-week intensive. It's an emotional intelligence mastery course, and we'll meet live online once a week for 6 weeks. Also, there'll be a bonus of having a free coaching session with me for you personally, individually, if you want to choose that option. I'm launching tomorrow. You can also just send me a message if you want all those details right now. I can give them to you. And I would love, love, love to see you there. I'm so excited about this program and to start sharing the information that has really, really changed my life. The how is none of your business. What you show up and what you decide to be committed to is what's going to happen. Happy freedom.